Hey everybody, this is Carla R. Jenkins. Welcome to an all new episode of Projectized, the project management show, where I'm going to discuss 4 hot and not so hot project management trends. So I would like to thank all live and replay viewers for coming here. And these trends are coming from Replicon, which is project management time tracking, courtesy of CIO, which is Chief Information Officer magazine. And this is August the 4th. This recording is August 6th, so it's new, and I want to make sure that everyone have it. So whether or not you're watching on Periscope, Instagram, or YouTube Live, you can catch the hottest trends in project management because according to LinkedIn, project manager is a top 3 job. So what's hot right now? Remote collaboration tools. As you know, we went from working offline to online due to the quarantine, and even with a hybrid phase reopening, which is a combination of offline and online, um, you have the number of Jira, Slack, Microsoft Teams, Slack, Asana, all of Atlassian, Confluence, all of those things helping people communicate. Zoom, Skype, uh, Facebook rooms now, Instagram rooms, Messenger rooms, all of those are helping people collaborate from all over the world. What's cold, however, meetings, specifically in person meetings, and it says long in person meetings are certainly falling by the wayside. Hastened by the pandemic, the trend was already heading underway. Not long ago, project meetings could stretch to 2 hours easily. Now they're as quick as possible. So what's not hot are long-term in-person meetings. What's hot, a second hot trend for project management, competence. Yes, this is very important. Per the article, working remotely levels the playing field. I was recently on a call with the CIO, Chief Information Officer of a large global bank. In the past, I would have flown to his location, worn my best suit, and met in his fancy office. Gathering remotely removed the trappings of success and power that has historically defined this kind of high level meeting. With no need for office space, travel budgets, or Gucci power suits, it came down to competence, which is very important. And that's something that I do like right now. I would say, just from this show, I am a certified project management professional as well as certified scrum master. And one of the reasons why I created this Projectized show is because everyone was talking about project management. I wanted to be able to talk about project management from a certified uniform perspective, but also to make sure it's current events. And a lot of times when people watch my show, they say that I deal with stuff that's current, like right now, the trends that we're dealing with, coronavirus. We're dealing with the hot trends that people are doing remote working. So I always wanted to be able to present real current topics on project management. And this is one of the things that they're talking about. A hot trend is competency. When you strip everything away, you only have your competency. So that's very important. What's not hot, weird, is the project manager. Listen to what they're saying. Says, I do not have a project manager on the team at all. This is a trend that I've seen in the last couple of years. If you are a technology business and are relatively small and you have an agile framework, there's no need for a project management role. The job title project manager probably isn't going away immediately, but as a role, the project manager morphs into one of leader. Teams with the help of tools like Jira are taking on what once the wheelhouse of the project manager. Okay, what he essentially described was a scrum master. A scrum master is a servant leader. So, and he mentioned agile. Project managers are mostly in traditional, what you call waterfall and predictive. The project manager role is not present in agile project management. That's another reason why I do this show, so that because there isn't just one type of project management life cycle, there's 5 different approaches. So, per the Project Management Body of Knowledge, 6th edition, you have the predictive or traditional or waterfall, you have agile, and under agile, you have iterative, incremental, and then you have hybrid, which is a combination of predictive and agile. And I wanted you just to know that so you can have a fuller understanding of what the man was saying. So for new people coming in, hey, I was talking about the 4 hot trend project manager trends. I'll put the article back in the chat so that you can see it. But I wanted to go back over the project manager. So one of the things that the project manager said, which is a code project manager trend, the title project manager. I have not had a project manager on the team at all. This trend I've seen in the past couple of years. If you're a technology business or relatively small, and have an agile framework, there's no need for a project management role. Well, what he was describing was a scrum master. There is no project management role in Scrum, which is a subset of agile project management and one of the most visible and popular forms of agile project management. There's no project management role. If you're doing agile, there isn't going to be a project manager. There's going to be a scrum master. He mentioned leader, and a scrum master is a servant leader that works on behalf of the development team. So now we go into the third hot project management trend, meaning. Everybody jokes, how are you making the world a better place? And they talk about it in response to Black Lives Matter, police brutality, the funding of police, paying people fairly, the Me Too movement, handling sexual harassment allegations, and corporate social responsibility, which are very good things. But you want to make sure that whether or not you're in a physical building, you're not being bullied or harassed or discriminated in a Zoom meeting. What's code for this third project management trend? Freedom. And as they talk about it, it's freedom around software selection, about picking just any type of software, but now you're looking for more, companies are looking more for standardization or consolidation into one system that serves everyone. So more uniformity in your project management tools, what type of software you're going to use. Per the article, they said they see a lot of organizations starting to consolidate, but especially in the past quarter. And that's because when you're shifting from in person to online, you need to be more uniform. The pandemic also forced companies to cut unnecessary costs. And so if you have 5 different services, for instance, say you had Slack, Asana, Microsoft Teams, Atlassian, you had all of these things, and they essentially do the same thing because their workflow management process, and you just make a decision that you were going to go to Slack, where you lose all of those subscriptions. I can say with myself that I've dropped subscriptions and memberships in this pandemic because I didn't need them and they were unnecessary. And then the fourth hot project management trend is leadership. It says historically, project managers have been very task oriented. They have had a project plan, checked in with the team, assigned tasks, and checked back periodically to see the status of those tasks. That style of project management is waning, and it's both an opportunity and a challenge. Well, it said what you're seeing project managers step into an actual leadership role. They're leading the entire team in addition to leading clients towards the best course of success. Well, once again, that's more agile project management of the servant, of the scrum master and the servant leader. What you're seeing is more of an adoption of agile project management lifecycle versus the predictive project management lifecycle, in which as a scrum master, you serve as the leader and you are the representative of the development team, and you are to remove any impediment. And in scrum, an impediment is an obstacle that the company get. So if it's not the resources or the software or even the money that your development team needs, you have to make sure that you focus on that and remove that bottleneck, which we call an impediment in Scrum, to make sure that you are your team is successful. You're also with the Scrum Master engaging with the product owner who engages with the business. So I just, when we're reading that, I want to make sure that you have an understanding of where these terms are coming from. Also, I finally, the code, the project management trend, the fourth project management trend is going to code are office hours. And it's because work hours were so ingrained when it came to the office. But now, since we're in a pandemic and you're dealing with people, video calls, Slack, team meetings, Monday.com, and other tools, it allows everyone to let the team know their current status, getting context on what people are doing, and replace the assumptions. If the clock says it's working hours, everyone is working. So that's very important. But what I also will recommend with office hours, even though the article says it was cold, I will still say that when you're remote working, have a hard start and stop. Oftentimes, because we're in our homes and away from the office, we get familiar and we want to keep working because we're in a familiar workplace. It's reported that due to remote working, we are working, I think, 58 minutes or an hour more because we're at home. That doesn't mean you're getting paid for that hour. So even though remote work may be the only thing you're dealing with because you're going back into quarantine, but just remember that you need a hard start and a hard stop, even in your home when you're doing that. So those are the 4 hot and not so hot trends. Remember, you can catch Projectized 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Periscope, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live at Carla R. Jenkins, my universal social media handle. Also, if you need help better managing your projects, be them traditional, waterfall, or agile project management, you can get in touch with me at carlarjenkins.com/contact. I'm going to also put that in the description. So I would like to thank all live and replay viewers for taking out the time to watch my show. I always shout out people who have been watching me. So I would like to thank on Instagram Live, King Haku 75, PM on the Cloud, Litz SSO for watching me live on Instagram Live, and then Steve Clark for watching me live on Twitter